Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. As you can see, it's a little bit of a chilly morning, so we're going to start with the inside. But before we go in there, I just wanted you to take a beautiful exterior picture. This is a custom paint job, so it'll definitely catch your eye going down the road, and you'll have a very, very rare chance of ever seeing it, a twin going down the road as well. So let's head on in. And this is a 2023 Dutch Star, and the floor plan is going to be a 4369, so one of the most popular floor plans. Alrighty, after you. Alrighty, I had it all open, ready to go with the TVs, just to kind of give you that feeling of a nice homey feel. So the TVs are up. I got the chairs swiveled for you to create that nice homey area. This is going to be another upgrade too. It's going to be leather. And then it's going to be on the couches as well. We did an upgrade. We'll go ahead and start with the bathroom. Alrighty, as you can see, a beautiful walk-in bathroom with the twin sinks and the gray color on the cabinets. I'm just going to open them up really quickly for you just so you can kind of get a little bit of an overview. So you got 3 very big drawers here, and then identical space on either side of the sink for his and her. I love the little sparkly accent in the countertops. And then the brownish color in the sink kind of hide the gunk and stuff that gets in there besides toothpaste. That would definitely stand out like a sore thumb. And you have 2 lights up here too. Huge medicine cabinet, plenty of room there. And then you have a towel rack for each. Over to my right here, you have the control panel for all of your lights. And then you can also do the floor heat back here as well. It has the high, medium, and low. All right. Here is the closet area. It is carpeted in the bottom and then also in these little cubby holes, perfect for shoes so they're not sliding around. And then you have 2 adjustable shelves right here to your right and then also the left. And then also in that corner, you have a custom nice safe right there so you can put a passcode in there. And then you have the more shelves over here. I know you're probably thinking that you can't really hang much right here, but if you could take a couple shelves out too, you don't need to keep them there if you'd like to hang more than fold. All right. And then you can also, here's another door to access where your shelves are as well. And then you have the toilet paper holder right here, and then you have that emergency exit door with the unlock, and then this the handle where you can go ahead and open it. The beautiful shower right here with the stool, and you have the shower miser water saver, so you don't have to turn on that shower and wait for it to get hot and you're wasting all that water. It'll go ahead and light up for you red when it's ready, nice and hot, and then you can go ahead and turn it on and take the hot shower immediately. All right, sliding over here, we have our washer and dryer. There we go. They're going to be Splendid. All right. Now going into the bedroom. I love the glass finish in here just to give a little bit more texture in the bedroom. It's very beautiful. And then you have identical size in the back, but it is carpeted as well. And then you also have some plugs in there too, if you wanted to store your phone in there, or maybe an alarm clock or anything like that. So you can have close to you. Also too, while you're laying down, you have the control panels for your lights up above. And then you have 2 windows right here that you can easily open to get some fresh ventilation in here as well. Here is that pocket door. kind of close it up for you just so you can kind of get a feel for what the bedroom's actually going to feel like with it closed. And then you have the 2 cabinets right here that you can also hang your button-ups, jackets, all that good stuff that kind of takes up too much room to fold. And then you have 6 drawers right here. Whoops, except this one. Here we go. This one will be, you'll put your TV boxes and whatnot in here. So plenty of storage space there. And then that beautiful Samsung TV right over the bed. These are soft close on the drawers, which is nice. And then your slide control button will be right here. And we'll go ahead and check out the kitchen area. So this is a half bath. Go ahead and pop in there really quick. All right, turn the lights on. So you have your water pump, vanity lights, and accent lights all right here. Another sink with a towel holder. And you have plenty of storage up in here. Medicine cabinet is carpeted as well. You have a fan up above. This is kind of just your control box with all your fuses. You have spare fuses right here. And then you have some sockets up here for charging as well. Alrighty. Alright, before we start going into the kitchen area, I love this on the Dutch Star, the new upgrade, this beautiful control panel. I call it the heart of the coach because you can pretty much see anything from here. So this is the home button right here. It just shows you a brief overview of everything. We have perfect house and chassis battery charge right now. We got our water pump right here and then some lights. And then you also have the master for your TV lift to go up and down, and then the lights that are over it as well. Right here is just our automatic generator start. So right now I do have the generator running, and then we're keeping that beautiful charge. Floor heat is an option on this coach, which is beautiful. So I do have them all set on high. As I said multiple times already, it's a pretty cold day, so I'm trying to get it as warm in here as possible. And then we have the fan control right here. So for your kitchen, stool room right here, the bathroom, and then also the back bathroom as well. And you also have that high, medium, low option. And then the HVAC right here. So I do have the heat on. You have the living room, kitchen, and also bedroom. You can set it up to configure it the way you'd like. And then you can also do separate days of the week. So you don't have to come here and automatically change it. If you already know Monday, Wednesday, you're spending majority of your time in your coach, you can go ahead and set the time and program it for while you're in here. And then you leave at 3 o'clock to go take a hike, it'll automatically adjust it without you having to do that. Or if you also forget, so it's kind of nice to have that. This is just to pair to your phone, so you can get it for Apple Store and also Google Play, so you can see things right here on your phone as well. And lastly, we have our lights right here. You have the living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and then the stool room. You also, which I love, is the master light on and off, because I don't want to go through all of these and kind of just turn them all on. So you have the easy light just to touch and all your lights will come on. Alrighty, right behind us, we do have the beautiful Whirlpool residential fridge. And right now it is winterized, so we do have our filter out. And then it does have a lock, so it won't be opening on you during transit. And plenty of freezer area as well. Here is the pantry with the not adjustable shelves, but they do move out. So you won't have to reach very far back there to kind of get anything that happens to slide back, especially with those cans. They'll be moving all around. And you can also put other organizers in here too to separate them if you don't want certain things flying all the way back there. There's definitely a lot of things on Amazon that you can buy to configure it the way you'd like. But I mean, just having a pantry that comes out makes it so easy. You push it in and it locks in place. So you definitely don't have to worry about them sliding open in transit as well. Alrighty, we'll start on the passenger side. You do have that kitchen area And we did do the upgrade for that beautiful kitchen window, which I absolutely love. So if you're washing dishes or you're cooking, you could definitely see your kids, dogs, or even your husband out there having a good time while you're enjoying it on vacation. All right, I'll just go ahead and open these shelves up top so you can take a little overview. Most of them are carpeted, and you can also adjust those 2 shelves as well. And then we have another one right here where you go ahead and pull it out. You don't have to be reaching on your tippy toes if you're a little shorter to get things that are back here. Push it back in to lock. And then while we have this open too, you have your color codes right here that Newmar gives you, which is very nice because if you have any chips or scratches or you need to replace anything in here, they kind of give you an easy overview of what color code you'll actually need. Alrighty. We have that Whirlpool convectional oven right here. The handle is on the side, so you go ahead and pull it out. You have that rack right here, and then all the spare parts are actually going to be under here for the convectional part. But so far, what I've heard from customers is I've never personally used a convectional oven, of course, but they say at home they prefer to use their convectional oven over their actual oven just because they don't want to heat their house, and it's not that much of a difference to cook from an oven to here. So I thought that was pretty nice to know. I love gaining knowledge from customers that are coming in and hearing the things that they like, and especially when they use it in their own home. Not only do they use it in their coach as well. So you have another drawer here, and then you also have one right here for your little tiny trash can, so it won't be rolling around. And then you have one where you could put a second trash can if you'd like. And then this little slot right here is where we would put our little countertops if we are washing our dishes or we're kind of cooking over here. And it has little slots in here so they slide in, so they won't be shaking around if you didn't want to put them back while you're driving. So you don't really have to worry about it rattling. But this is a beautiful farmhouse sink. I personally love it. It just makes the kitchen shine a little bit more. I love having that stainless steel feel right here, so if it does drip or anything like that, it's super easy to wipe off. And then of course you have that little separator too. Whoops. So you don't have to worry about wasting water. All right. Here is our true induction. Most of you probably know you can take it out, which is really nice, so you can take it outside. But super easy to clean. I mean, just not only if you don't want to use this outside, but just having the advantage of being able to take it out to clean all the stuff and the gunk that gets in these little cracks and crevices makes it so much better to keep it nice and clean and maintained throughout the years. Alrighty, and I'll just go ahead and open these drawers really quick for you. Plenty of storage in the kitchen. And then this is where all the remotes and whatnot are. And then you have the USB. 3 remotes for all 3 TVs, which I can actually turn off the TVs now. And then you have it for the awnings and your bows. So this is something that is adjustable, just in case you didn't know. It comes in and out, just to kind of create more counter space for the kitchen, which I absolutely love. And then the drawers are just as long as the extra counter space is as well. It does have a little click of a button underneath. You kind of lift it up a little bit and then push it in, and it does lock in place, so you can kind of hear it click. Okay, yeah, perfect.
Are there outlets by the sink in the master bedroom?
Outlets by the sink. Okay.
Master bathroom.
Master bathroom. Yes, there are. Right over here. You can show it. So it's right beside that washer and dryer. And then you have the fan, all of the lights.
Are there outlets?
Oh, outlets. I'm sorry. Yes. I was thinking. Okay, let's see. There might be one in. Here we go. So there aren't any right inside, but there is inside of the medicine cabinet, but not, they don't show it exteriorly, so it kind of gives it a cleaner look. And there okay, yeah. So those are the only two. Okay.
The other question is, what size is the TV in the bedroom?
The TV in the bedroom, I want to say it's a 32, but let me double check if it's on here. Appliances. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say it is a 32, but I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to double check that for you. But I'll go ahead and leave a comment on the video, just attaching that so you can kind of see it after. All right, sweet, thank you. All right, so now we'll start over here. It's our little dining area, which is also adjustable. And now that I said that, I remember I was kind of playing with it earlier to make it come out, and it wasn't. There we go. So there isn't any lock or anything, but you do have two beautiful leaves that are under the bed with two chairs that I forgot to show you while I was in here. So here are the two leaves that you can put in, and they just have the tape on here since it's a brand new coach, so they don't want any damage while it's traveling to us. And then we have the two chairs as well. This one has it, yeah, as well. Perfect. All right. Slide it back in. And then you do have storage underneath as well. If I can find the little latch. Whoops. There we go. Something's always got to give me a hard time when I'm doing this. I'm like, my hands are a little cold, so I can't. Oh, found it. There we go. There we go. Okay. So once you pull that latch, it'll come out, and it's on either side. Perfect. And then we have the beautiful theater seats right here, which I absolutely love. The buttons are right here to have them go out. Most of you guys like to see how far back you can actually go, so I mean, I could definitely take a nap right here, which sounds kind of nice now that it's getting warm in here. And then you have two little stainless steel cup holders right here, so easy to clean, and then a huge storage area for the magazine, books, or whatever you like to have next to you while you're watching TV. And I love this little shelf that they have, just so you keep your pens and all that good stuff up there, or even your tablet laid in there. And then you do have the TV lift right here, which is up right now. I'll go ahead and put it down. Just one click of a button. As it goes down, you can see the beautiful window that you can also open. And then this also turns into a bed. So it comes out underneath here. You can see it folds out, and this is a part of the bed. But, yeah, alrighty. And then, oh, I forgot to show this. Here are the shelves. And then you have the Bose stereo system up here. This is where your satellite and your dish network prep are right here. And then you do have some outlets up there. Close it up. Alrighty, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and swivel these chairs back into place, and I'll close those slides up for you just so you can see what it looks like with the slides closed. Put this little compartment back as well. Oops. There we go. Lock it back into place. Swivel, and then you'll hear it lock. I'm super close to the steering wheel now, so I gotta put it back. All right. So right here my left foot, there's a little pedal right here, and that moves your steering wheel, so you can adjust it as you like. Kind of put it down a little bit. And then to right here, the very first thing is going to be your leveling system right here. And then you have the drive, neutral, and reverse. You can do the mode as right here. This is for the lights. You have the ATC override. This is going to be an electric powered window. That doesn't want to work for me right now, so that's kind of awkward, but we'll move on. And then you have the tag dump, your engine brake where you can turn on and off, and then you also have 3 settings, high, medium, and low. You have your lights over here, the bright and dim, your house battery and chassis boost, and then the high, medium, low beams, your dome light. This is a nice charging station for your phone, which I love that it has a little dip right here so it won't be flying around, or sometimes they have them up here. It just makes me nervous that my phone will go flying in case I need to slam on the brakes for some reason. You have your AC or heater right here. Then I turn on this dash light for you. So you have this LED screen right here, which is nice, and you can also adjust the light, so you don't have to worry about the sun kind of hitting it in a certain way where you won't be able to see, which I absolutely love. Here, so you can go up here. You see the brightness is where you can change it. You can see messages, settings, your trip configurations, info, and then the TPMS. And then your adaptive cruise control right now is set to long distance, but you can also change that as well. On our actual steering wheel, this is on a Spartan chassis. You have your phone configuration right here to answer any calls, and then you have your windshield wipers. You can set them high or low or turn them off right here. And then you have your lights, also volume, or if you want to mute it before you answer a call, this to change your radio stations. And then you also have a little control panel right here, which is going to control your whole dash. Sliding over here, we have 2 beautiful touchscreens. So you have the menu, which we're seeing, so you tune, sync, all the good stuff for the radio, your navigation, which isn't set up just yet. Whoops. Whoop. Oh, my finger touched the other one, sorry. Go here. Okay, so I wanted to show you the mobile eye, which you could see right here, which is just a lane tracking system, and it helps you with your blind spots. So you also have, it's either going to be audible, or where you could see up here if something's in your way, or you can also see it or hear it. And you could change the settings, which I'm trying to show you where it's at. I was just playing with it earlier. Bluetooth mobile eye setup. Whoops. Here we go. There we go. So you just click the noise, and you could set it right now. It's on 4. What I like, how it breaks everything down for you, because if you know for sure you want your lane departuring volume to be really high, but you're not really interested in the headway monitoring volume, you could put that really low and put that really high. So it kind of like sets you off, like, oh, I know that's important. I know I always forget to kind of check my blind spot on the passenger side instead of my driver's side. It'll definitely warn you, which I like. And then you also have the other settings right here. So for your headway monitoring system, which will show on your dash up here. And then you can also set the speed limit. So if you go over 5 miles over the speed limit that it shows, the cameras pick up what the actual speed limit is on the actual, like what's on the road. It doesn't pick it up from your GPS, because sometimes the GPS can be off and they change the speed limits just a day before and you're still going 55 and now they're 45. That's what I love about like the actual camera system picking up the speed limits, not the GPS, because mine are always wrong in my car and I always find myself speeding, which is terrible. And then for your camera system right here, it does have a brightness as well, and you can change. If I go back here, navigation, you go to your camera controls, and then you could see. So this is my driver's side, my passenger side, and my rear. And you can, for the rear, you can also change what angle you want it at. So you have 3 different angles, which is really nice. And then you also have the 360 view right here. And you can change up your little camera right here as well. Alrighty. That's enough of those. Now we'll go down here, just your typical heating and cooling, and then you have your visors, shades, dock lights, high, medium, low, and then your air horn, courtesy light, and visors, and then your 360 camera select is also right here as well. All right, I'll go ahead and turn the chassis off, close those slides, and we'll briefly go outside because it's really cold. Alrighty. Make sure I have enough clearance here for my captain's chair, which I do. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more to be safe. Alrighty, we're good on that one. Now the passenger side. And you can definitely hear a pin drop in here, huh? These slides are just so quiet. Alrighty, so I did save that bedroom slide for last, just so you could see me walking through this gracefully, easily, not having to struggle. We can also get into that fridge, open the door to grab a Coke, and then we can also use the bathroom while we're going down the road. Alright, and then lastly, we go ahead and bring in this bedroom slide. And then I'll kind of slide over so you could see. Alrighty, so that bed does press up all the way against those drawers in there. So you won't be able to get through unless you want to crawl on top of the bed to get to the bathroom, but that's no big deal, right? Alrighty, let's go to the outside. Get my gloves on. And we'll do a brief little overview of the outside. Stop me if you have any questions. Alrighty, nothing but the best for Newmar, of course, the Michelin tires. We have a dual tank fill, it's gonna be 150 gallons. Our first bay here on the passenger side is gonna have the Dometic freezer or fridge. With your preference, so it's an upgrade option, and also does have a little light in there. I mean, this is a must for me if I'm camping. If you're already going all out, getting a Newmar, getting your dream coach, you might as well get the fridge freezer, right? All right, so these are gonna be the manual trays. The more manual, the less that breaks, is what I like to say. You have the extra tile right here. All right, the outside TV, and unfortunately I don't know the size either. I need to brush up on my sizes for the TVs. but you do have the Bose stereo system right here. You could set the option over here just to use your Bose stereo or just to use the TV. And then you have some outlets in here. You have 2. Perfect. You got another bay here with this beautiful rolling rack. This is going to be the biggest one of the 3. And it is accessible on either side. Alrighty. Here is that 3rd tray with some spare parts for, this is going to be for your road vac. I absolutely love the road vac because not only can you clean the inside of your bays, but you can also clean anything exterior. So I know a lot of you guys probably have a big mat that you lay out here to cover all the grass or the dirt or anything like that, so you can use that to kind of vacuum anything that kind of gets stuck on your feet as you're walking on top of that mat, which I love. And then you can also vacuum out your tow car. I love keeping things clean. I know you're camping and you just want to live in the moment, but I can't really not think about it. All right, so you have another little cork board with also some shelves. It's nice for tools or anything that you think you'll need on the go. I know it's not the biggest compartment, but they tried and you can get creative with it. Alrighty. Here is the def fill. It's going to be 15 gallons on this one. And then we have our chassis batteries right here, and then you also have the disconnects for those batteries as well. Perfect. Alrighty, this is on a K2 450 chassis, which is awesome. It's a great diesel with high quality towing capacity, so up to 15,000 pounds. Your overall weight of your coaches, of course, we weigh our coach as soon as it gets here so we can set that tire pressure. But once you guys buy a coach, you want to make sure that you do load it up with water, fuel, all that good stuff, and go and weigh your coach one more time so you can adjust your TPMS tire pressure, just so you can have that luxurious ride that you need. I know we did mention it is on a Spartan and we kind of saw those cameras, but I just wanted to point out where those cameras are located. So you have one right here and then one all the way at the top. And I'm getting out of breath, sorry, I'm talking too fast. But this is why we can adjust our picture. I'm drawing a blank on the word, but you know what I mean. Alrighty, here is the fuel again for the def. So you don't have to worry. You could fuel the def and the fuel on the same side. This is just a little compartment to keep your slinky. People call it a slinky sometimes, I don't know. But you don't want the nasty stuff rolling around in this beautiful wet bay right here. I absolutely love, I cannot say how much I love this stainless steel that they have started doing in Newmar, and then also they etched in the fresh tank fill, so no matter how long or how old this coach gets on the years to come while you guys are traveling, you're always going to know that this is the freshwater tank fill and this is the manual fill and all the above. But then you have this, whoops, which is also stainless steel, not plastic, so it's a lot more durable. And then you also have this hot or cold for the exterior shower. We got our winterizer in there right now. Sorry, can you tell my OCD was all tangled and I had to fix it? That's why I need the road vac if I ever got one of these. Okay, and then you have your filters right here. This is the spare filter and your outside hose. It's also on an electric reel, so you don't have to worry about manually reeling that in. Alright, you got our 50 amp shore power cord, and this is going to be on an automatic reel right here. The button is beautifully located right here, so without ease you can just push the button. On some older ones they're actually in here, so you got to bend over and you're waiting and waiting and your back hurts. So I love how they moved this button to over here. Alright, and then you have the surge protector back there as well, and you have a little LED light, so even at night if you're leaving while it's dark, or you're in Alaska and it's dark, then you have a light. Alrighty, here's our Oasis Chinook. It's a beautiful hydronic heating system, and that's what gives you that automatic hot water. And then it also is what is heating our coach at the moment. And then here are those, we kind of went over them, so I'm just going to open these bays. Those shelves that we've seen that you can also reel on either side. And then we have our battery bank compartment right here that is also on a little slide, and you have 8 AGM batteries. All right, here is that other side of the gas fill. Again, 150 gallons. This beautiful blue. Now that we're up and close, I'm obsessed with this color of the coach. It's absolutely exquisite. And then lastly, I do have the generator running, so I don't really want to pop it up, but you do see that's where the exhaust comes out for the generator. We have a bunch of, this is where we would pull it and it would automatically reel out for us. And then you have more spare fuses, which is awesome to have on the go. Alrighty, let's get a beautiful front selfie of the beautiful 2023 Dutch Star, which is a 4369. And that's all I have for you guys today. So please go ahead and call me if you guys have any questions. I will get back on that TV, how big it is. I'll definitely do that right now. But again, my name is Taylor. Go ahead and call me at 970-388-7937 if you guys have any questions or if you're interested in this coach. Have a great day.